We move on, chat. Through that nightmare of an offseason, we begin the 03-04 campaign. I wouldn't expect either of our teams to be particularly great this year. The mock draft has me 6th in the league and has you guys 21st. That would be pretty surprising. Vince Carter's a damn good player. I don't know if he's that good. But yeah, the league's in a really funky spot right now with those ridiculous rando contracts. I forgot about that, to be honest. I thought at first, like, oh yeah, that's right. It's just the lack of RFA status. No, it's not. It's not just the RFA status. It's the wonky ass frickin' rando contracts. As I get offered Jones for Darko. I should look at this really quickly. Jermaine Jones, 24 years old. What do we have? C+. Yeah, it's not going to happen. We're keeping Darko for that. Clippers only at 4-3, now 5-3 on the season, so we're both off to a decent start. That might be tougher to say no to. Quentin Richardson and Adrian Jeffries for the Suns first rounder in 06 and Tom Gugliotta. Quentin Richardson is very, very solid, but he is not the starter here, and he won't be. He's going to perpetually be behind Corey Maggette. He makes a lot of money to be a sixth man, and then Jeffries is okay. And then Gugliotta is just a veteran power forward. Gugliotta is also making $11 million for the season. Then he's off the books. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Again, I would love to keep Quentin Richardson, but right now I feel like both of us are going to be in that spot of like, Jesus, what do we do about the cap situation for this era? The 06 draft, LaMarcus Aldridge, Kyle Lowry, Paul Millsap are the big three. There's some other good players in the draft, JJ Redick, Rajon Rondo, but yeah, the quality isn't, it's not too crazy, to be honest. I'm going to hold off on that and try to clear out some cap space in other ways if I can. Well, you guys just potentially got a lifeline. Olajuwon and Darren Jefferson for Nazir. Oh, not really, though. Nazir Muhammad's making $5 million for 2 more years after this. That's got to be a no for you guys. Olajuwon's deal is up at the end of the year. That's a no. Fucking somehow Nazir Muhammad ended up making $5 million. Good for him. Good for him, because yikes. The cap situation for this era is so totally screwed up, man. Craziness. For some reason, man, the sim speed right now as well. This game is having troubles. Severe difficulties. Normally it's not this slow, but well, that's worth looking at. The question is, how much money does Miller make as a rando? Yeah, that's a free first-round pick for you guys from Sacramento. Miller's deal's up at the end of the year. He is one of the randoms, but it's a 1-year deal. Just get rid of him at the end of the year like you would have for Olajuwon. You get a free 2008 first-rounder. That doesn't even need to go to a vote. That's a no-brainer. First-round pick for a 40-year-old player? Congratulations, chat. That's fucking theft. That's fucking theft right there. And then the Kings only beat you by 4 points. Oh my God. So Jerome Williams for a first rounder from San Antonio. And that's kind of another no-brainer, because then you could cut TJ Wallace at the end of the season. I mean, Williams is 30 years old. He's the second best player on your team. But he's got 2 more years after this. You might as well get rid of Jerome Williams and bring in another first-round pick. Free up cap space, get first-round picks for the future. That's, again, kind of another no-brainer for you guys. out of nowhere, things working out very well for you. And you weren't so good this season. Yeah, exactly, the inadvertent nuke. You're not so good this season that all of a sudden you won't be able to tank. Even if it's not that good of a pick, it's still getting rid of a 30-year-old guy. David West for Jerron Collins. Eldon Campbell. Do you think I'm fucking stupid, Utah? They're mad that I cost them whoever the hell was on their team that they signed. Let's see. A trade for you guys. 24-year-old Michael Bradley. This won't be worth it. He is only a C+, but it's a second rounder. Some dude named Vincent Beck. That's not worth it. It does matter. You haven't won a Super Bowl. Fair. Fair. 13 and 12 for the Toronto Raptors here. Richardson for Jerome Williams, who you guys just traded away, and a first rounder in 08. How'd NFL go? Yeah. Matthew, perhaps. Perhaps. I will say, Juan Guerrero is a very important name in that series. That's what I'll say. I'm not going to do that. If it was a point guard, I would, because then I could make a run for it, but I'm not going to do that. Juan Guerrero becomes a very relevant name for that series. Clippers, by the way, even with Keon Dooling at point guard, doing very, very well in the Western Conference so far this season. If I could just get a goddamn point guard, I might actually be a threat. Even then, I don't know how much money I actually have available to me at this stage. For you guys, Brevin Manning and a trade exception for It's not worth bringing up Darvin Ham, to be honest. It's not worth it. What do we got now? Welcome to 2004. Quentin Richardson for Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice was older at this point, wasn't he? Yeah, he's 36, man. No way. No way. Leave it up to chance. Can we veto our logo change? Of course, if it has to do with your team, you can decide whatever the hell you want. Do whatever the hell you want in regards to your own team. There'll be a vote on it. For you guys, Bernard Carroll, 29-year-old scrub for a second-round pick and another scrub. I mean, it's a free second-round pick. You might as well take it. That's a no-brainer as well. As you guys are getting all of the draft picks 2 weeks out before the deadline. I need a better point guard than Keon Dooling because I am screwed. Unless I get somebody else. I'm going to put Brian Russell. He's not worth shit. Jeffries isn't worth anything either. Darko at center. David West is out 2 to 4 weeks. I put my first round pick on the block. We'll see if there are any biters for the next 2 weeks here before this deadline. We'll see what happens, but things are looking okay in Los Angeles here. Better than I thought we'd be. If we had Andre Miller, we might be a legitimate title contender. Oh, well. Hello, temptation. Quentin Richardson for Chucky Atkins. Oh, boy. That hurts me a lot at shooting guard. Richardson can play point guard. And then Maurice Taylor for depth as a big man. Not that I need it. Do I want to put faith in Chucky Atkins and Keon Dooling? Dooling's hurt, and without him, it's some dude named Gilbert Williams. I mean, Maggette gets hurt. I don't really have a backup shooting guard aside from Brian Russell. So either I'm trading depth of one position for another. I'd rather keep Quentin Richardson, who's the better player. 1 week out from the deadline. Chat's done a phenomenal job of getting draft picks for the future. I can't imagine why I'd possibly trade Lamar Odom here. Ruben Patterson's 28. Derek Anderson's 29. Yeah, I'm not trading Lamar Odom. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Raptors finally got the trade offer they were looking for. The Celtics bite on Antonio Davis. This has been the perfect season for the Raptors. You guys have gotten rid of all the cap space, or all the cap hits, and gotten draft picks back. You do have to take back Dirk Stewart, but it's significantly less money and for 1 less year. So it's not the perfect trade, but you do get rid of Antonio Davis, which helps out a lot. That's, again, a no-brainer for you at this stage, just to get rid of that absurd cap hit. So this has been a very successful season for you guys, given you weren't able to sign any free agents. Brevin Manning and Dirk Stewart. Not worth getting rid of Dirk Stewart to bring on those two guys because their contracts are about worse. Dirk Stewart goes on the block next season. I don't think anybody would take him. He's a one-star dude. He is 34. He might retire. You never know. But you guys have also been pretty bad this season, so you'll be right up there in lottery contention. But we get to the trade deadline. Doesn't look like anything else is going to happen. In terms of contract extensions, there's literally nothing for you to worry about right now, apparently. For me, I do have to re-sign Keon Dooling. And I'm going to do that because I don't want to lose him. So Keon Dooling comes back. Tremaine Folks wants to come back, or would come back, but I'm not going to do anything there. So there we go. We're both set up pretty well moving forward here. No other deals at the deadline. So right now for the Raptors, it's sit back, relax, and watch the losses roll in. That is the best thing that could happen for you right now. And for myself, I don't even know what the best thing is at this stage. Like, there's a good chance that I make the playoffs. I don't know if I have the roster yet to make a strong push. Obviously, we did pretty well in the playoffs last year. Nearly surprised a few people. But load manage Vince Carter and bench him for the year. I mean, we do have the... you can technically do a version of load management by just saying bench depth maxed out, and that drops Vince Carter down to 28 minutes a night. That's allowed. That is allowed. For me, I am going to keep the bench at 10 for the moment. Actually, I could drop it down to 8 because I'm not worried about Russell or Folks. Dooling, Maggette, Odom, Brand, Darko, Richardson, and West coming off the bench. It's not that bad. And then we'll drop it to 7 for the playoffs. 37-17 for the Clippers. 21-32 now for Chat's Toronto Raptors. And happy 10th birthday to me. Apparently the Raptors did not have a game on my 10th birthday in 2004. That was a great fucking birthday, too, let me tell you. Oh. You know what I got for my 10th birthday? I'll never forget what I got for my 10th birthday. A game... Actually, no, it was my 11th birthday. My 11th birthday. Although I think I did get the 1 year before. Let me double check this. Benoit figure. Oh, I definitely got wrestling figures. It was actually my 11th birthday. I was thinking because it's like, oh yeah, normally the game comes out the year before. My 11th birthday, I got MVP Baseball 05. That came out on February 22nd, 2005. So fuck 2004. We're all about the next year. That was the great birthday. With the greatest baseball game of all time. Fucking Manny Ramirez on the cover. They had just won a World Series. Favorite game, though? Dude, I'm about to piss off Endo so badly. You guys ready for this? I'm about to piss off Endo. Like nobody's fucking business. Like nobody's business. I have never played a Ratchet and Clank game. Jack and Daxter's Supremacy. I have never played a Ratchet and Clank game. There's the responses I was expecting. Oh, shit. The first 3 Jack games were unbelievable. Unbelievable. So good. So good. Let's take a look here at the standings. Chat's Raptors, 3rd worst team in the East and could theoretically still finish at the very bottom. My Clippers are in the playoffs with 48 wins. Got the key on dueling. So we find ourselves in similar spots. I have a team that's trying to compete. Chat specking into the future yet again. Chat doing a great job of losing games hand over fist right now. There is a great chance at top lottery odds. A great chance. Although you did lose to the Celtics, which doesn't help. Your MVP in 2004, Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan wins MVP in 2004. Your Rookie of the Year, Lebron James. Never heard of him. Rookie of the Year, though, for Miami. I guess that could be a big deal. Lebron James. 6th Man of the Year, Chicago's Jamal Crawford. Your Defensive Player of the Year, Shaquille O'Neal. Most Improved, Utah's Carlos Arroyo. Coach of the Year, Walt McLeod and Philip Turner. Apparently Golden State had a very good year. All-NBA First Team is AI, Jason Kidd, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Shaquille O'Neal. Your All-Defensive Team is Shaq, Duncan, Karolinko, Dwayne Wade is a rookie in Detroit, and Ron Artest. Your All-Rookie Team, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, and then the double threat of Chris Bosh and Chris Kaman. Joke's on us, man. Joke's on us. And shout out to the mysterious person behind the Raptors GC account. What's going on? How are you, my friend? I hope you're well. You'll be happy to know chat's in control of the Raptors. Trying to get it done with one Vince Carter. So let's take a look. Clippers and Lakers. Clippers and Lakers in round number 1. As chat's Raptors do not make the playoffs. I am back in the postseason, though, with an opportunity to maybe end things early. Again, you guys stripped away like everything you could from this team. It was Vince Carter and his band of merry men trying to cosplay as basketball players. For my team, it was Elton Brand who really led the way. Quentin Richardson, slight injury. My starting 5 is actually pretty decent. But yeah, again, chat highlighted by the trade of Dikembe, or not Dikembe, Mutombo, Hakeem Olajuwon, gone this year. It's pretty bare bones. But did you guys finish in last? Will you have those top lottery odds? As my Clippers were top 4 in the NBA. Not bad. Toronto, oof, only 6th. All right, so you guys will have a lottery pick, but yeah, only 6th. 2004. So the upcoming drafts. I can still look at it from here. Upcoming draft: Dwight Howard, kind of the big name there, but a lot of familiar names. Andre Iguodala was in this draft. We're fresh off of this particular era. Starts you in just before the 03 draft. So year 1, it's LeBron, it's D Wade, it's crazy for that season 1 draft. But yeah, this draft isn't too bad. Even someone like Kevin Martin, Anderson Varejao, Trevor Ariza, Ben Gordon, like very, very solid players. But there's a chance that we won't even get to that draft if I can beat. If I can beat Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant in the first round. It's gonna work out. Don't worry. Fucking don't worry. It's gonna work out just fine for me. Sweet, merciful Christ. Okay. I'm going to drop it to a 7-man bench because I got a bunch of players in there who do not need to play. But it is Keon Dooling, Corey Maggette, Lamar Odom, Elton Brand, and Darko Milicic. With Quentin Richardson and David West coming off the bench as they do. So that is the set of lines that I am rolling with. I don't even think we have to put a damn prediction up for this one, chat, but we still will. Let's go take a look at the Lakers of 2004, who obviously IRL went to the NBA final and lost to the Detroit Pistons. The Lakers. I just saw something. Also, we got to remember the G League's a thing now. The Lakers with Derek Fisher. And out for the season, Kobe Bryant. But they do have Rip Hamilton, who I did not notice that they signed, but they do have Rip Hamilton behind Kobe. But Kobe is out. Rip Hamilton is there. Dude, they literally did. Someone called it that they were going to sign him for League Min. That's exactly what happened. I should have double checked. I don't know when they would have signed him because we checked after the offseason and he hadn't been signed yet. But it is what it is. We let it go. At forward, Davian George and some dude named Jason Cousins, also a very old Rick Fox. Power forward, Karl Malone, Robert Horry, Samaki Walker, and of course at center, Shaquille O'Neal. So it's Shaq and Rip Hamilton that I really got to be worried about, but no Kobe Bryant right now. Does it level the playing field? Probably not, because it's 32-year-old Shaq. This is gonna be pretty rough. By the way, that other Eastern Conference matchup is LeBron's Heat against the Washington Wizards. The Heat, their first season with LeBron, the 2 seed. Ridiculous. It's best of 7. Let's see how it goes. The Battle of Los Angeles. Oh, this is going to go poorly, isn't it? This is going to go poorly, I would imagine. Unless Shaq's foot starts to fail him again. This is a built-in mode for offline, man. And I find it funny. I will just say, obviously, it's not going to be in your viewpoint for what you focus on, but I do just love that there are so many people that are so focused on NBA and they don't realize that this has the best franchise mode of any console sports game. They added it last year. You can start off in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, or modern day. And there's a franchise mode for the WNBA. It's ridiculous. Game 1. My Clippers, baby. Staples Center is ours. Corey Maggette, Elton Brand, and Lamar Odom leading the way. It's beautiful. Rip Hamilton did what he could. Shaq fouled out after just 27 minutes. Only 6 rebounds. A rough day at the office for the big man. And if that is the case, that could be the great equalizer for me. The unfortunate thing is that I have a flaming racist as my owner. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. In this reality, I'd like to think we told him to fuck off. Also, I totally put the wrong one down. So let's do that. There we go. That's better. I don't need Folks in the lineup. I don't even know who the hell that is yet. Too busy playing. That's fair. That's fair. Like I said, I I understand you have more pressing matters, of course. Oh, God. Don't I say Staples Center in the Clippers house again? I will. I will. It is our building, damn it. Game number 2. Let's do this. If Shaq has a better game and doesn't foul out, we are in big, big trouble. Our building. The Clippers, 123-89. 20-point performances for the big 4 of Brand, Maggette, Richardson, and Odom. I swear to God, Quentin Richardson has just been hurt for the entire year. Like a calendar year. On the other side, 25 points for Rip Hamilton, and Shaq It's a double-double, but it's not domination. And that is leaving the window of opportunity open for us. We are up 2-0 in this series. Can we make it 3? On the road. On the road. Against the Lakers. The Los Angeles Clippers are up 3-0 on the LA Lakers. Brand and Maggette leading the way. Shaq had his best game of the series, and it still wasn't anywhere near enough. Shaq struggling to do it on his own. Can the Clippers end this series? We have 4 opportunities to do it. The LA Clippers, the Kings of Los Angeles, have swept the Lakers in round 1 in 2004. That's my championship right there. I don't even have to win the NBA title. That's goddamn hilarious. Shaq's best offensive game of the series, and again, it wasn't enough. No Kobe, no chance. The Clippers move on. Unreal. To do it that quickly as well. Look at the dominance. Brandon Maggette. Elton Brand especially. You wouldn't think he would have done so well with Shaq also being in the paint, but Elton Brand had a phenomenal series. Unreal. Shout out to Darko Milicic as well. Matched up pretty well against Shaq. Averaged 11 rebounds a game. Does have a pinched nerve in his back, though, so that's problematic. But let's find out who it's going to be in round number 2. And the answer, the Memphis Grizzlies. It is Golden State and San Antonio. We take on Memphis. On the other side, Orlando and Cleveland as the Bulls absolutely blow it. Miami will play Milwaukee. Poor Chicago. Are the Raptors still bad? They are. But by design, from chat. By design. So the Memphis Grizzlies. We got to look at them here next. I do want to make sure. Yeah, Darko's still playing. Maggетte's playing hurt. The boys have heart. The boys have heart. What do the Memphis Grizzlies look like this season? At point guard, Jason Williams. Jason Williams at point guard. Shooting guard, Steven Jackson. Keith Bogan's there too. At forward, Shane Battier. Power forward, Stromile Swift. Young Drew Gooden behind him. And at center, Pau Gasol. And an old Vin Baker. It's a winnable series for me, but yeah, this is another pretty tough matchup. But man, if we can get past Shaq, why wouldn't we be able to get past Pau Gasol, right? Right? Let's do it. Game number 1, second round for the Clippers. Back-to-back trips to the second round, by the way, for the Clippers. Sound familiar? It should. That's what chat was very good at accomplishing back in the 80s. The Grizzlies take game 1, 118-106. Another very strong game from Elton Brand, but really no secondary scoring outside of our stars. Jackson, Battier. Gasol didn't even have that good of a game, but there you go. Crash Andrews, good to see you, by the way. How are you, handsome? Go to game 2. Go to game 2. I have nothing to change about my lineup. There's no real way to overly hype this. It's just what's going to happen at this stage. Is my team good enough? And the answer is yes for game number 2. 129-103. Elton Brand continuing to dominate here in the postseason. Gasol, J.R. Bremer, did what they could, but it was not enough. A big, big night for Elton Brand and the Clippers as we head to game number 3 at home in the house that Elton built, Staples Center. And a 2-1 series lead for the greatest basketball team Los Angeles has ever known. 121 to 101. 33 points for Elton Brand. He is insane. And could he join the likes of Olajuwon and Alonzo Mourning as the heroes of this freaking challenge series? 2-1 for the Clippers. Still a long way to go. We go to game 4. Again, I have nothing to change about my lineup. Darko's injured, but he's playing through it like an absolute Chad. The LA Clippers, 1 win away from the Western Conference Final, 124 to 87, as Elton Brand, Lamar Odom, and Keon Dooling all post at least 21 points. 20 points on the other side for the young Drew Gooden is not enough. What the hell happened to Pau Gasol? Fouled out after 16 minutes. Can the Clippers end this series? I will continue to say it. A long way to go, as the Grizzlies have really pushed back here in game 5 and will extend the series. I might not even get past Memphis here. 128 to 106. More good games from Brand and Odom, but depth scoring was down a little bit. They had pretty good scoring across the board. We're going to game 6. Before that, Golden State has punched their ticket to the Western Conference Final. Orlando sweeps Cleveland and the Magic into the Final Four. Here we go. Game 6. Huge game for the Clippers. Do not want to go back to Memphis for game 7. It's a close game until it's not. The LA Clippers will play the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Final. Elton Brand, another double-double. And a good game from Pau Gasol from an offensive standpoint, but it was not enough. The Clippers into the Final Four. On the other side, well, it's a battle of California and a battle of Florida. Miami and Orlando, Golden State and Los Angeles. Fair enough, but another win for the Clippers. They were betting underdogs in chat, but it went their way. 2 down, 2 to go as we get a look at frickin' Elton Brand in the second round. Unbelievable. Lamar Odom as well, but Elton Brand dominating right now. Absolutely dominant. Beautiful. The Golden State Warriors, we are a little bit familiar with them at this point in time, aren't we? Aren't we? Crash, it was decimated. It's Vince Carter and nobody else, basically. That is where Chad has the team. Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas. Their star point guard. Oh boy. Shooting guard, an injured Jason Richardson out for the playoffs. A monumental loss for them. Bob Sura, their starting guard. At forward, James Posey, Mike Dunleavy, and Aaron McKee. God damn. Power forward, Antoine Jameson. And at center, Eric Dampier. And the guy that I traded to them, Michael Olowokandi. This is a winnable series. But Antoine Jameson and Gilbert Arenas are very, very good. Game 1 of the Western Conference Final. Golden State holds home court. Another tough matchup here for the Clippers. It's a game one victory. 111-92 off of 36 points from Corey Maggette. Elton Brand fouled out after 31 minutes. On the other side, Arenas 28 points was not enough. We don't have Nash or Peja anymore. That was the last era. No. I won a title. We start fresh from a new era. Game number 2 of this series. If we lose it, hey, we still won a game on the road to start it. Game 2. It's closer, but not close enough. 128. Apparently David West might be hurt. 128-114 off of 31 points from Lamar Odom and doubles from Quentin Richardson and Elton Brand, who fouled out again. So did Corey Maggette. Antoine Jamison did his best, but it was not enough. Hopefully David West isn't actually hurt, because that would be incredibly cringe. Nope, David West is actually hurt for the rest of the season. He broke his left hand. Okay. So it is incredibly cringe. Good to know. Good to know. I am shortening the bench down to 6 then. Run the Stars the whole time. Run the Stars. Play anybody else if you have to. A 2-0 series lead for the Clippers, trying to make it 3. Golden State trying to have it be that the home team doesn't win trend is active. They're staying around, but it's not enough. 128-115. And the Los Angeles Clippers are 1 win away from the NBA final. $23 points from Jamison, not enough. Can they do it? 2-2 on the other side. The Clippers trying to punch their ticket to the final. Golden State has to win 4 in a row. They have to go one at a time, and they do off the back of a big fourth quarter. Golden State stays alive. 101-90. Holding off the sweep attempts from the Clippers off of 30 points and a double-double from one Gilbert Arenas. Very good performance from him. We go to game number 5. Back in Golden State. An injury to David West could be a big negative, but it won't be that big of a negative. The LA Clippers are off to the final. 31 points from Corey Maggette. Sinks Golden State. The Clippers are in the final in Season 2. Will it be Orlando? Will it be Miami? That is the question. Who would I prefer it to be? Although really quickly, I want to look at the stats from that particular round, because that was pretty much pure dominance. Yeah, I mean, Maggette really stepped up. Elton Brand didn't even have to carry that heavily. On the Miami Heat, point guard Andre Miller, who should still be on my team, but isn't. Shooting guard Eddie Jones, with Eddie House behind him. Point guards worth noting, they have Mike James and Travis Best. At forward, LeBron James. Caron Butler as well. At power forward, Brian Grant. And at center, Alonzo Mourning. For the Magic, point guard Jacques Vaughn. Shooting guard Tracy McGrady. At forward, Mike Miller, Grant Hill. Power forward, Stephen Hunter and Ricky Booker. And at center, Jake Voskuhl. And an old Sean Kemp. Who's it going to be? Can the Magic end the series in 6? Tracy McGrady and the Orlando Magic will meet the LA Clippers in the NBA Final. And Tracy McGrady being the best player scares me a bit. They beat New Jersey, Cleveland, and now Miami to get here. Clippers and Magic in the 2004 NBA Final. And we're going to find out right here, right now, if this era's going to end early. Chat had the chance to go with the Clippers. They had the chance to go with the Grizzlies. They ultimately settled on the Raptors. I ended up with the Clippers. I've lost in a final before. It's happened, so. Trust me, I'm not convinced this is over. Tracy McGrady being the best player in the matchup. It's not a guarantee. Especially when my depth has been brutalized, or lack thereof. Game number 1 of the NBA Final. You get a look at the lineup there. The X Factor, it's McGrady versus Brand, and who can dominate that much more? That is the question. And we will find out. The 2004 NBA Final.
Moments away. It'll be the Los Angeles Clippers going up against the Orlando.
Tracy McGrady trying to carry this Orlando team to glory. Can he do it? I mean, it's Grady and Miller primarily, it's true. The rest of the team, a little bit weaker on paper. How is this going to play out? The 2004 NBA Final. IRL, you had the Lakers and the Pistons. And now here it's Magic and Clippers. Game 1, May 26, 2004. Around this time, Calgary and Tampa were in the Stanley Cup Final, too. Game 1 is close, but not close enough. 102 to 98. The Clippers take game 1 off of 22 points from Quentin Richardson and doubles for Brandon Odom. McGrady, oh my fucking God. McGrady tried. He tried so hard and had no help at all outside of a decent game from Mike Miller. Wow. Game 1 to the Clippers. We still have a ways to go. 3 more wins. It is game number 2. Can the Clippers defend home court? The Magic staying alive. It's close, but not close enough. 30 points from Elton Brand. And the Clippers are 2 wins away from winning this era. 51 from Tracy He is going to win Finals MVP. 51 points from Tracy McGrady. And then 17. And then 9. It is literally a one-man show in Orlando. Game number 3 in Orlando. They're off to a rapid start. and would have to choke from here to not win game 3. 129 to 114. And the Magic are on the board in this series. Very strong games from Maggette and Brand, but the depth could not hold up. Lamar Odom fouled out after 19 minutes. 37 points from McGrady. Finally, he gets some help. And the Magic are on the board. Game 4. Home team has yet to lose in this series. A dangerous trend regardless of the sports game. The Los Angeles Clippers are 1 win away from an NBA title. It was a close game. Miller led the way. McGrady struggled by his normal standards. The Clippers led by Elton Brand and Quentin Richardson. 1 win away. Can the Clippers do it and end this era faster than any other, this year or last? I don't think anyone's ever won a title in 2 seasons. The Los Angeles Clippers are gonna win it all in 2 years.
.105 left in the fourth quarter.
And push me to 3-0 in this era.
Orlando grabs the miss.
80s, 90s, and a very short 2000s. There's no asterisk. It's not like I got to add anybody to my team. There's no asterisk, my friend. That is a flat-out W. McGrady goes for 3 and misses. Another rebound for Elton Brand. Got lucky again. No shit, I got lucky again. That's all it is. You guys think you winning all the time last year wasn't luck? You think? Of course you winning a bunch last year was lucky too. Get the fuck out of here.
Tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Brand.
Now, he was a problem on the glass.
The LA Clippers are gonna win it. Chat chose what team I was. You can't blame me. You guys picked this. The LA Clippers. 3 in a row for the streamer. The Clippers win in 04. Who the hell knew Elton Brand was going to be that fucking dominant? Whew.
NBA championship, there is a level of accomplishment and excitement.
Oh, Doc. Doc Rivers always losing.
Amazing to have accomplished.
Hey, I might have won a title for Donald Sterling, but you know what? At least Lamar Odom. We kept Lamar Odom off of drugs. A racist wins a title, but we saved a man's career. All right? All right? Give me some credit. That guy looks as dead in the face as Donald Sterling does, so it's pretty much perfect. Surprise, surprise. Finals MVP to Elton Brand. Elton Brand gets it done. The LA Clippers champions in 2004, the fastest that any era has ever come to a close in 2 years of doing this challenge. And no shit, Elton Brand did not miss a shot. He missed a couple free throws, but he literally did not miss a shot from the floor in a title clinching game. Sweet Jesus. Corey Maggette had a phenomenal game as well. That is insane. And again, Tracy McGrady did what he could, but it simply wasn't enough, and it's simply too much to ask of one person to try and win a championship. The LA Clippers win in Season 2. Insanity. Absolute insanity. Vinsanity never got a chance to really take off. As unfortunately, the roster that you inherited had some veterans taking up a shitload of money. You guys were set up very, very well moving forward. Shout out to We Want the Cup for the 11 months on the primer, by the way. Again, you guys were set up really well. We'll see that, of course, with the upcoming draft picks. As I retired Karl Malone. Fuck you. Also, Scottie Pippen retired as a free agent. That's pretty disappointing. Malone, David Robinson, and Scottie Pippen to the Hall of Fame, which is fine. You guys were set up well if this got extended. You just picked up a lot of draft picks this year. Man, we didn't even get to the Bobcats expansion. Jesus. We didn't even get to the fucking Bobcats expansion. Insane. I just want to see how things might have played out with the draft lottery. As you guys had the 12th and the 6th best odds thanks to this lottery. I want to find out what would have happened. Insult to injury, perhaps, but let's find out what would have happened. Boston, even though you have their pick 1 thanks to Philadelphia, you guys would have had the 8th and 13th picks. And I would have had the 30th. And of course, you had a bunch of draft picks in upcoming drafts as well. Like, you were set up well. I just got real fucking lucky real early on. For you guys, it would have made sense probably to leave Alvin Williams exposed, although you could trade him. Dirk Stewart, leave him open, get him claimed. And then again, just for shits and giggles, probably have like Melvin Ely. Melvin Ely was actually a Bobcat, so he was a Bobcat. So just for shits and giggles, sim the drafts. Not a very good Bobcats team here. Jesus, they did take Melvin Ely. Their best player is 77 overall, Jerome Williams. That is brutal. Brutal. And then the draft, for the hell of it, just to find out what would have happened. The Celtics took Devin Harris first overall. No shit, because they didn't need a big man. Utah ends up with Emeka Okafor. They took him over Dwight Howard. Portland took Josh Childress. Dude, Dwight Howard is going to fall to the Bobcats? Jesus. Poor Bobcats. They actually fucking got something and we'll never see it play out. The Sonics offered you guys the 4th or the 5th overall pick for your first rounder and a first in 2006. They'd also tack on Vitaly Potapenko. You'd have to think about that because holy shit, Potapenko makes a shitload of money. So who knows what you would have done there. The Sonics took a dude named Ben Waters. A lot of teams. Nope. Tony Allen goes 6th. 7th is Luol Deng. And then if you guys were to make the pick here, you probably would have ended up with Andre Iguodala. You have a couple options there, but it probably would have been Andre Iguodala to the Raptors if you kept your pick. That's tough. That's tough. Damn. And then you guys were up again at pick 13 and could have ended up with Sean Livingston, Jameer Nelson. You would have had a good draft, man. No matter who the hell you took. No matter who you took, you would have had a good draft. Say for shits and giggles, it's Sean Livingston. I just want to see who I would have had available. The answer's nobody, really. So there it goes, man. There it goes. It's my favorite era. It's the era that I grew up with, but it is over. The Clippers win it. And we move on. For you guys, I want to see who would have been in free agency as well, just because of the whole deal. Team and player options, Manning and Jeffries. Manning was a B, but he's terrible. Same for Jeffries. Just want to know. All right, so yeah, by this year, it's literally just that first season that it fucks up the qualifying offers, I think. Who would have been in free agency? Kevin Garnett was a UFA. I only had $4 million in open space. You guys had 11. So you probably would have been able to target. Well, no, in fairness, Arenas is right back out there. Tony Parker's right back out there. Yeah, this era's roster, unfortunately, is still fucked. Unless there was some rule that I'm not aware of, but I don't see why it would have been the case. It would have been a similar thing for free agency, but the era's over.